What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this is it, the end of Black Ops 6, the final major challenge event that is finally going to be releasing this week, which I think effectively puts an end to the haunting within Season 6. The content's still going to be live for the next couple of weeks leading up to the full launch of Black Ops 7, but as far as actual new DLC goes, this is the end of the line. Definitely stay tuned. In the background, we got some gameplay of Zombies Royale, which is by far, I think, one of the best parts of the haunting update this year, and is a mode that we see just about every year within a Halloween crossover for the 6th and final season. The thing is, there wasn't too much innovation really introduced to this year's iteration of the mode. It's pretty much the same experience that we saw back in Modern Warfare 2019. The thing is, you look at Modern Warfare 2's haunting with the boss fights, the DMZ expansion, that was crazy original. We also had Rebirth Purgatory last year, which ironically would be great for camo grinding, which now exists with Black Ops 6, but this year it's just night variants of Rebirth and Verdansk. That's it. And then we got the Zombie Royale LTM along with Casual Z, which I know a lot of folks out there are pretty upset about. So fingers crossed that once both Treyarch and Raven have more time to work on post-launch support, because they won't have to worry about another Call of Duty for a few years, that would mean that next year's haunting could be infinitely better. Now, to their credit, at least there's some mutant injection enemies that you can become while playing Zombies Royale. It's something that is kind of rare, but still, when you get to become one of these special enemies, it's a ton of fun. Right now, as of recording this, you can just become Jason or the Mangler. I think they're meant to rotate these enemies out with newer ones in the coming weeks, but it's unclear if that's still going to happen. But speaking of the night maps that we got for Season 6 and the haunting, Raven did confirm earlier today on Twitter that with tomorrow's Warzone playlist update, they're going to be adding these night variants into core Battle Royale and Resurgence playlists. This means that you can play the night variants of these maps without the Casual Z mode, which includes bots and hordes of zombies running around, which, trust me, I do like quite a bit because I'm a big Zombies fan, but I think for the players out there that simply prefer PvP and not the added components of AI in their match, then they're probably going to be excited about this one. But just as a quick reminder, when it comes to Warzone specifically, you're not going to see a substantial update minus maybe some minor patch notes or maybe a meta shift until Season 1 of Black Ops 7, which right now is slated for, I want to say, early to mid-December. So when it comes to Warzone, it truly is over for a little while. But as we're talking about the end of Black Ops 6, it was also confirmed by Treyarch today that on November the 6th, we're going to be seeing the end of ranked play for both multiplayer and Warzone. They confirmed that Season 6 top 250 rewards will be processed on or shortly after November the 7th. You can log into Call of Duty before Season 1 of Black Ops 7 to claim all of your earned rewards. So again, that gives you about a month or maybe less to go ahead and log in and claim all the rewards that you would have unlocked. And they reaffirm us again that Black Ops 7 is still scheduled to release on November the 14th, even though there's quite a bit of discussion around the community that they can maybe drop the game a week or two early. And it looks like when it comes to Modern Warfare 3 last year, all LTMs on top of ranked play also got vaulted from that game about a week before Black Ops 6 came out. So I guess you could say that's just following the consistency of kind of just shutting things off and maybe preparing the servers for a big release a week after everything gets taken out. Now, before we get to the final major event of Season 6 and Black Ops 6, I do want to mention the Extinction Protocol Leaderboard event, which is apparently supposed to start on October the 30th, but because these dates are kind of out of whack now, we have bundles releasing daily, the Chucky Event Pass came out almost a week early as well. Because of that, I wouldn't be shocked if this leaderboard event ends up dropping sooner than the 30th, but it's not really much of an event if you're not somebody that has cared about these zombie leaderboard ones over the last couple of seasons. So when it comes to this one, they're going to encourage you to use field upgrades or score streaks to kill zombies in any map to get some guaranteed gobblegums in the bottom left corner, as you will see. Can't really see all of them as of right now, but you can see one of those whimsicals. And then by the end of this event, which apparently ends on November the 6th, which is also when ranked play is supposed to get removed, you're going to possibly get your hands on some ultra gobblegums, an emblem, and all the other consumables you could see there on the right, depending on your placement. I've just not really been a fan of these leaderboard events inside of BO6 Zombies. I think if you would have been able to earn some really cool guaranteed rewards in the bottom left corner, and then the leaderboard placement unlocks could just be bonuses, that would be better, but it's not really an event type that I think is encouraging players to really hop on Zombies, nor is it encouraging people to hop over from multiplayer or Warzone, unless, again, they care about stacking up those gobblegums, which carry forward to BO7. So I guess time will tell if we're going to end up getting this event format again inside of Black Ops 7, but this could technically be considered the final update BO6 is going to get in the next week and a half. But as far as the final major event does go, this is called Tapes of Terror, which does include rewards like an animated camo, an operator skin, and some other cosmetics. So it's going to be a collection-based event, as we've seen many times in Black Ops 6, where for about 2 weeks, you'll have an opportunity to pick up VHS tapes every time you kill enemies in multiplayer or zombies, or whenever you open up loot chests within Warzone. I'm not sure why, especially this year with the introduction of Warzone Casual, they didn't make it to where these drops as a part of events could drop from fallen foes, or especially when you kill some of the AI bots in casual game modes. Now before we continue, I want to let you know about today's sponsor, Aniba, an online marketplace that offers the best deals on digital gift cards, game codes, and even DLC. Users can also earn cashback on select purchases so that they can play more and spend less. If you want to check out Aniba, then click on the special link down below in this video's description or the pinned comment, and thank you to Aniba for sponsoring tonight's video. But when it comes to the strategy of finding these VHS tapes the fastest, I will say every collection event in Black Ops 6 has been pretty consistent, especially when you're only looking for one type of drop, to where the strategy to getting them the fastest is just about the same. Now, if you're over in multiplayer, obviously it's best to be in the smallest map possible, in this case, Stakeout. If you're in a small map, then, of course, unless you're in a real sweaty lobby, it'll be easy to just get a kill, pick that VHS tape right up. These VHS tapes, as with every other event drop, will disappear if you don't pick them up, so it's best to get that kill, run over the body if a drop is there, and then keep moving on. Now in multiplayer, it's not guaranteed you'll get one of these drops every time you get a kill, but if you're in longer matches of Stakeout, I'd say that's probably your fastest way of getting this event done over in multiplayer. Now, I do understand if you're somebody that wants to get this done real fast, you could be questioning the fact that you have to keep queuing into new matches of multiplayer to get this done. That's why I say if you're in an endurance small map mosh pit, that's gold, or if you're just in a long match of domination on a map like Stakeout, that'll increase your chances of getting this done in as few matches as possible. But Zombies has been pretty tricky with events like this because I've had on one hand people saying that the mode itself was pretty slow and they were getting capped off to where they had to do a bunch of save and quit resets to get back into round base to keep getting some of the drops, whereas you have other folks out there that just do the oil trap strat on Citadel, or they just keep going to high rounds and every single round they're getting flooded with the drop to the point where they get the event done in like half an hour. Now either one of these scenarios is possible, but the way I see it, if you're somebody that just wants to play Zombies to get this done, I'd highly recommend just having a save file of maybe round 30 or higher, so that right when you spawn in on a pretty decently high round, you'll start getting the maximum amount of VHS tapes in a pretty quick amount of time. But as I always say with these event videos, if you're somebody that only wants to play Zombies, then you're probably not even considering jumping into another mode to get this done anyway. Now over in Warzone, obviously you could hop into Plunder to loot as many chests as possible, and you also spawn in with your loadout, so you're not worried about being underpowered compared to your enemies, but hopping into any casual playlist is also recommended because you have a lot less stress going up against bots compared to real people anyway. And typically you're finding these drops in legendary orange chests, which I'd say are easier to spot whenever you pop a supply UAV. You can just keep buying these in games of Plunder, or if you manage to find one in a regular match, then that's also perfect. Pop the supply UAV and just run around to the orange chest, and you should see drops in almost every single one. In Warzone, you obviously have a lot more time to play than a standard match of multiplayer, depending on the mode that you're in, so I'd say Warzone is probably going to end up being one of the fastest modes to get this done, if not the fastest, unless again you have some good luck in Zombies to where you're not getting capped off after a couple of rounds. Now, once you've obtained 155 VHS tapes, which again could be an amount that changes once the event actually drops in a couple of hours from when I'm uploading this. If that happens, I'll of course make a follow-up short in the case there's also, let's say, a faster strategy to get this done in that gets discovered. Once you've collected those VHS tapes, you can unlock the following rewards. There's XP tokens, we have an emblem, we have a gobblegum pack featuring wall-to-wall clearance, a calling card, an emote, a loading screen, and a brand new operator skin for Alvarez. Once all those rewards have been claimed, you'll be given access to the Zombies Real animated camo, which I'm sure hardcore Zombies fans are gonna dig. There weren't too many event camos this year in Black Ops 6, so at least the final season here is ending on a bang with a bunch of camo unlocks that we can earn. And if you own Black Cell for just this season, you'll also get a color palette swap of this camo, which means you'll unlock 2 different animated camos as a part of the Tapes of Terror event. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the final challenge event, or the final major one for Black Ops 6? This could be one of my last videos talking about and covering this game, since there's really not much left to cover, in all honesty, that I haven't already. But as far as events do go, I'd say Season 6 still kind of ended on a bit of a bang as far as what the rewards have been, what the structure of these events have been like, at least compared to previous seasons of this game. But you know for a fact, Black Ops 7 is going to absolutely bring the heat and be a lot more on par with MW3 as far as how events go. With that being said, really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.